Good evening. I'm Marlene Harris-Taylor. Welcome to the Journal. We will be focusing on state and federal politics tonight. U.S. Representative Marcy Kaptur, a Democrat who represents Lucas, Ottawa, and Erie counties, is here tonight. Ms. Kaptur will give us an update on the Social Security debate in Congress, and she'll talk about the federal government stepping in the middle of the Terri Schiavo case. Well, Congresswoman Kaptur, as you know, Social Security is a hot topic right now, and also the Terri Schiavo case is very hot. If people are watching the cable news, it's 24/7 Terri Schiavo. And Congress earlier this week made what some people consider to be a historic vote to decide to step in the middle of that and move that case in the federal court. And you were one of the folks who voted against that action. And why was that?
Yes, because I think that the people who know least about the details are people at the federal level, including those in the Congress. The people who know most about Terri Schiavo are her own family members, and obviously the nearly 24 judges and courts that have heard the merits of this case in Florida. The sad thing is, what I really believe, it never should have even gone to court. This is something that should be decided in families. Unfortunately, that family appears not to be reconciled at this point. And the real question is, for Terri, what is compassion and what is love? And those closest to her disagree on that. And as you get further and further away from her and you get to the Congress, you begin to politicize something that is at its very heart a family question. And how tragic that her parents who love her and her husband who loves her could not reach agreement. And what we have been recommending to people, obviously she didn't leave a living will, and we're recommending that people think about that for themselves, for their family, so that no family is torn apart like this family has been. It's really regrettable, I think, what has developed.
You're right. It is a very sad and very tragic case.
Right.
But
and I think every American feels that.
Mm-hmm.
I think they
right.
do.
But you know, it was interesting. There was a memo released over the weekend that seemed to indicate that some Republicans are seeing this as an issue that they can use to get some political leverage out of. Do you think that everybody who voted for Congress to intervene in this is coming to this from a sincere place?
I can't make that judgment. I think that it's a very serious matter, and if you've ever had to say goodbye to those that you love the most, you know what a compelling moment that is for your family. And when I saw all the people outside the hospice demonstrating, and obviously it appears to me using the press and engaging the press and press releases and press moments and press, I thought, oh my, this is unimaginable for a family when you know what it feels like to be there when someone is dying. You don't want all of this commotion going on. And though I think people were well-intentioned, I think they did create pressure, and I wouldn't wish that for any family. I actually feel sorry for the family.
I do too. But it does appear, though, that there are some people who are using this for their own political purposes. I mean, people are actually like taking sides in this issue. And it seems that Terri Schiavo, the human being, is sort of being forgotten in all of the taking sides on this issue.
That's right. And no one really has seen her of late directly. I think there were people talking about breaking in her room or doing things like this. Why would you do that? Why would you even think of that?
Okay, well, let's move to the phone lines because there's lots of folks who want to talk to you tonight. Sherry from Swanton is up first. Sherry, your question for Marcy Kaptur tonight?
Right, it's Cherie, but thank you.
Oh, sorry, Cherie.
Yeah, I just have one comment. It's regarding Terri Schiavo. Yeah. I'm a firm believer that we should err on the side of life, and considering that several members of her family do disagree with one member, and considering that her husband, and I use the term loosely, is living with another woman and has 2 children with her, I really think he has a definite conflict of interest here. And we need to start going by the letter, not so much by the letter of the law, but in this country we go by the spirit of the law. And we are in favor of life. And I needed to say that.
Okay. Thanks for calling in, Cherie. Appreciate your comments. Did you have any responses, Cherie?
I think that I would hope that her family believes that, and that that was considered. We don't know, but there were several court hearings in Florida, and each of us has to deal, if it's closest to our family and we're closest to the decision, then those that love that individual the most will make the most loving decision. And let's hope they did what the caller suggested.
Okay. Well, let's see if we can get one more phone caller in. We have Charlie hanging on from Holland. Charlie, your question tonight?
Yes, I do. I have a...
You can make it really quick, Charlie, because we're almost out of time.
Yes, I'm just wondering why our president thinks that Social Security is in crisis when the actual crisis is in health care in the United States.
Okay, thanks for calling in, Charlie. Again, Charlie making the point that he doesn't think that Social Security is in a crisis either.
Well, let me just say this, that if you get everyone talking about Social Security because it's so fundamental to America's family, sometimes you ignore other important things that are going on in this country, like the economy, like the 2 wars we're in, like the economic situation that we're facing with the debt. You take rising gas prices.
I'm sorry, I'm going to have to cut you off, Congresswoman. I hate to do that, but thank you so much for being here, and thank you all for watching. Have a good night.